Good morning, David.
Good morning. Should we start the show off by announcing the name of the show now? Now that we've settled in on one?
I think we should.
Go ahead, you got it.
All right. From this day forward, we shall be known as the Prop the Mic podcast. Ba-boom.
Actually, you know what? What's ironic is before we got on, my whole microphone fell off the desk. So
Symbolic.
symbolic. So we're about to drop some props today for sure.
We are. We're definitely dropping some props. I got my new Devin Vassell in honor of the man, the myth, the legend, the lock of the century, Devin Vassell.
Yeah,
Nice bright pink Spurs.
Yeah, what's up with you're really having to scour the internet for these hats these days? Huh?
This one came straight from Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, who's former Australian there? Anybody? Nobody.
Former Australian.
Yeah.
Andrew Bogut.
Bogut, yeah. Former player. Not former Australian. He's still Australian.
Yes. And Adams is a Kiwi. Not the same, but.
Yeah. Was he on the Spurs?
Steven Adams?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No. Oh, okay.
No.
We're looking for somebody else from that region of the world.
Yes.
Josh Giddey, right?
Oh, yeah, Giddy. There you go.
All right. So last night,
Ben Simmons.
I went
Okay.
5-6, so not where I want to be, but a couple bounces of the ball, and I would have been in the winning column. So, how'd you do?
I was 13-11.
Okay, on the positive side, that's good.
Yeah, and a couple close ones like Westbrook finished with 21. His line was 21.5. Malik Monk was 3.5. He had 3. Darius Garland 8.5. He had 8 assists. So it's a bunch like super close. Karl Anthony Towns 4, and it was 4.5.
Right.
So a couple ball bounces, like you said, and could be a different story. But the Bruce Brown, I like that one that I dug out yesterday. 2.5 assists. He ended up with 6, so that was a nice one.
There's really nothing better than when you like go for one of these low lines and it cashes in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And then all of a sudden you realize you had no interest in the game. You're like, okay, moving on. Don't care about
that
the
one's
Nuggets.
over.
Yeah, that one's over. All right, so let's dive into it. We have an 8-game slate tonight. We're going to cover 6 of the games. I'll talk about the other 2, just from a line perspective, but we won't get into props on those. All right, so the first game, I love it. Got some 4 p.m. Eastern time action. So
No, I thought about going actually.
they're starting to sprinkle a little daytime ball. I think tomorrow there's actually a noon game for the Knicks. I think it's tomorrow. So
Yeah, the Knicks do those Sunday afternoon games a few times a year. Yeah.
for the family. But anyway, the 4 p.m. game is the Nets, who are 5-7 and remain without Kyrie, going up against Tom's Clippers, who are 7-5, so reverse record, also without Kawhi. And then the Clippers are at home -1.5, and the total is 212.5. I was surprised. There really was no sharp action on anything with this game. Surprised, given that it's about to tip off in a couple hours. But anyway, what do you like here?
Maybe it's just with the uncertainty, with this new Nets team. No Kyrie, no Kawhi. I don't know. Maybe
These daytime games are always weird too.
they are weird. Yeah, guys are
feel
not
like
used to playing at that time.
Yeah, but neither of these teams played last night, right? So it's not like they're right. Yeah, they were both off.
They're both 2 days rest, I think, both teams.
Yeah, so it's not like they're coming off of a game. But who's standing out for you in this matchup?
All right. So on both sides, we're going to want to target big men. And on Brooklyn side, additionally, we can look at wings against Brooklyn. So I didn't do we didn't have a ton of time today, so it wasn't a deep dive. But I like Paul George tonight, 26.5 points. I mean, he's the offense for that team. going heads up against KD. He's done it in 5 of his last 6 games. That's all I got for some supporting evidence. I just feel like this is a game probably where I'd want to do something like you spoke about yesterday, like doing PG and KD 25 each parlay together. Seems like a very nice play for this game.
Yeah, I like that too. Total on the game is 212.5. So
Slow.
I would be careful about going too deep into this game.
That's a good point.
But
Good point.
You got anybody on the Brooklyn side?
Yeah, just one. Just bigs against Clippers have been rebounding wise been doing pretty well. So I got Nick Claxton, over 8.5 rebounds. He's done it in 6 of his last 7 games. And given the good matchup, I was on Claxton.
Interesting. I still don't understand that trend. Maybe I mean Zubac is a good rebounder, right? But maybe they don't have a lot of depth behind him. Rebounding.
He doesn't play. I mean, and he doesn't play. I mean, he's only playing 25 minutes.
Yeah, you're probably right. So the other half of the game, pretty much.
You have Marcus Morris there.
What was Zubac's line? Did you?
I didn't look
against the. I'm gonna pull it up because that would intrigue me too, just against the Nets when he is in there. Let's see. So.
That's a good point.
10.5 minus 120. Yeah, he's only crossed that line 4 out of 10 games, and in his last 3 games, 9, 9, and 8. So it seems like a pass, but that could be worth thinking about as well.
Is this Joe Harris's first game back?
No, he's been playing.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Remember,
Steph Curry. That's right. Yeah.
They've both been back. They've both been in and out of the lineup, though. So there's not a lot of continuity. But you know what? It's interesting on Brooklyn. Everybody's talking about the absence of Kyrie, but leading to a better team. But in parallel, they also promoted up Jacques Vaughn to coach. Formally after being the interim coach like 7 times. And that might be a factor too, right? Like he might have better command and control than Nash did. So I think the Nets could be a real deal. I think they're going to win tonight. But to your disappointment. But all right. So who do I like? I like Royce O'Neal again. Over 3.5 assists without Kyrie. 8-5, 8-5. So if he keeps following that pattern, he'll put up 8 tonight. But all we need is 4. The juice is high. It's minus 160. So you might also want to look at 5 assists. But he crushed that in the previous game in the first half, and then kind of went quiet in the second half, which concerned me a little bit. But yeah, I think this will be a tight game. So I think he's going to get lots of run. Royce O'Neal 4 assists. I also like Durant blocks. So Durant's had a block in.
Okay.
Mom,
Okay.
this fell
Okay.
off.
Do you need to go?
No.
No, 'cause you didn't push it play after my.
Okay, James. Go.
No.
All right.
Do
Good.
that.
Good.
Come on.
Sorry.
You really got to flush the toilet.
This microphone's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Picks up everything.
We know everything about you now.
Yeah.
Durant blocks 9 straight games. He's had a block. It's minus 200, so obviously you're not going to play that by itself.
Yeah.
But I would consider. I think Durant's point line tonight is too high, but I would consider bringing the points down to maybe 25 points, which he clears in most games. Pairing that with a block, and you'll probably get plus money. So.
Oh, nice.
So something like that.
I like that.
All right.
All right.
Let's move on before other things happen at your house. We got the Jazz at the Wizards. The Jazz are, I can't see the record, doing really good. And the Wizards are 6-6. Wizards are getting 3.5 points in the game. Totals 221.5. Sharps are on the Jazz and the under. Beal is out. Porzingis is questionable, although I think he's going to play because I saw lines for him.
Yeah.
What do you?
So there
what do
were
you like?
lines the other day, and then he didn't play.
True. What do you like here?
I like so bigs against Utah have been crushing, one of the highest impact game totals on my board here. I liked him the other day. I didn't get to play him, so I'm going to run it back. 20.5 points. Not a lot of backing evidence. I just feel like with Beal out, Kuzma got the run last game. It's Porzingis' turn in a great matchup for him. I like him to clear 20.5 points tonight.
Okay.
And on the Washington side, against Washington, you can also target bigs, but you can also combo guards have been having some good success. And that's our man, Jordan Clarkson. It's 18.5 points. He's done it 5 straight games and 7 of 9. The guy's been crushing. 27% usage, 115 points per 100 shot attempts. Conley's feeding him the ball, and he's knocking him down. So I like that a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
I always felt he was better than most, like half the starters in the league when he was always the sixth man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's such a good player. So I think he's finally getting his time to shine.
He is, but like you said, he's a bit of a black hole when he has the ball.
Yeah, which is great when you're betting his points line.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So stay away from his assists and
Yes.
and go for his points.
Yes.
I have a semi play here.
Okay.
I'll make it official, but Kuzma over 7.5 rebounds.
Okay.
So yeah,
I like it.
Like you said, the Wizards give up a ton of boards. I think he had 11 rebounds against them the other day. Against who'd they play in the previous game?
Dallas.
Dallas. Yeah, it was Dallas, which is a fairly good rebounding team. So
Yes.
you know, I think he'll get there, but I think this is going to be close with Porzingis back in the game. So
Yeah. No, I like it too. I looked at Kuzma too. I mean, he's also big. So I was at the two of them. I was leaning to could Kuzma repeat his success from the other night, keep the hot streak alive, and maybe it's not KP today, but I don't know, I decided to go with Porzingis. But I like Kuzma today as well.
yeah, did you see
Especially with Beal out, yeah.
Did you see his interview after the game? The other day they asked him like, "Oh, what was up with you today?" He's like, "I've been telling the coaches all year they need to run the offense through me."
Kuz said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
think
he was crushing in April of last year when they gave him extended run. Yeah.
I don't know if he was kidding. Obviously,
I don't think he was.
That's a slight towards Beal. It's like I'm the best player in the team, but
Yeah.
regardless, he certainly earned the chance to try to put up another 30-point game tonight. So that might be worth a sprinkle as well.
Yeah. Especially against Utah. Yeah.
Celtics at the Pistons. Celtics are 9-3. Pistons are 3-10. Brogdon's out, likely for the Celtics again, and the Pistons are
Back to back for both teams, so it could be one of these games where a lot of guys rest.
Yeah, that's why there were no lines on this game.
Yeah.
Pistons are getting 9.5 points, and the total was 226.5. So sharps are on the Pistons, and the total going over. I think we're going to pass on this game. What I would say is continue to look at the first quarter against the Pistons, because the Pistons continue to lose against the line in the first quarter. They lost last night against the Knicks. So, and the Celtics are a fairly good top 5 first quarter team. So that'll be my only play for this game. You got anything else?
I don't have anything, but I would say that bigs against Boston, we've had quite a bit of success, and running back and Isaiah Stewart double might not be the worst thing in the world today.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That was the game. All right, Raptors against the Pacers. That's the other one we're going to pass on today. But Raptors are 7-6, Pacers are 5-6. Siakam and Achua are still out. Duarte is still out for the Pacers. Pacers minus 1.5 on the game. Total is 229.5. Sharps are on the Pacers and the over. The Raptors looked bad without Siakam.
Yeah.
They looked really bad last night. I was all over FVV, and he did not play well. So again, I'm passing on this one. You got anything?
No, I want to point out I didn't bring it up because on the pod yesterday because the lines weren't out yet. But who did they play yesterday? Toronto, OKC. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bigs against OKC was a thing, but there was no lines out when we went on. I ended up putting in a play on Chris Boucher, 17.5 points and rebounds, and he crushed it. He ended up with 32 points and rebounds together.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just wanted to point that out. But in terms of the rest of the game, now I would say though Toronto's on a back-to-back, and the Pacers haven't played in 2 days. And given that Toronto did not look good yesterday, I like the Pacers tonight, and I have a feeling Halliburton has a great game.
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
I think the Sharps are on the Pacers as well.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, we got the Hawks at the 76ers, a run back from the other night. Hawks are 8-4, and the Sixers are 5-7. In that prior game, the Hawks got the win, 104-95. They, had pretty good command most of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Embiid had 26 points, 13 rebounds. Young had 26 points and 8 assists. And Capella, who we were on in that game, had a monster game. Oganku, am I saying that right?
It's something like that.
Close enough. He's out for this game, so I think that is only going to lead to more.
Okongwu.
Okongwu.
Like Okongwu, yeah.
Okongwu.
Woo!
Woo! All right. Yeah, let's move on. Sixers are, I think, -3, and the total is 222.5. Sharps are on the Sixers and the under. Who do you like here?
I'm going to let you go first because I'm just stealing your play.
You're going to go with Capella again?
Yeah.
Rebounds?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 11.5, so it went up from 9.5 to 11.5.
Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, the site I was looking at, it had it at 9.5 still.
Oh, if it's 9.5,
The prop site had it at 9.5.
yeah, no.
I didn't look on FanDuel though. You're probably right. I could. It seemed. I was like, I'm jumping all over this at 9.5.
11.5 minus 136. It might have started there, but I don't know.
I think I'd still go to it.
Yeah, I still think it's a good play. I mean, he had 20 rebounds in the last
Yeah.
game. So, and he didn't even play that much. He only had like 20-something minutes of run. So, yeah, I like that play. I might also look at his first quarter rebounds. He averages over 4 rebounds in the first quarter. So if that's somewhere, I didn't look at it yet, but if that's around 3.5, at better odds, that might be a good play as well.
Yeah, especially with Okongwu out. I mean, he's the other. Collins, gets some boards for them, but Okongwu's their other center. He's their backup center. So.
Yeah. Okay, so that's on the Hawk side. Anybody else on the Hawk side that you like?
No, that's all I got for this game.
Okay. I think Embiid, Capella's going to be my official play, but I would look at Embiid rebounds as well. The line was 10.5. He's only done that in 4 out of 8 games, but against Atlanta, despite having Capella out there, they actually are one of the worst rebounding teams in terms of giving up rebounds to the opponent. But he put up 13 rebounds in the prior game, so I think he's a good play to get 11 or 12 rebounds. So I look at that one as well.
Okay.
All right. Next game we got the Hornets at the Heat. Hornets are 3-10. The Heat are 5-7. This is also a run back of the other night, except Martin's out this time. He way too much excitement from the Parent Trap game.
We can't do a player swap.
No player swap. Well, I mean, he still could.
I guess we could. Be hobbling around.
Hayward's out as well, and Hero is my guess is going to sit out as well.
You think so?
I don't know. He's questionable. Did you see lines for him?
I do. Yeah, they are out, and I'm on
Okay.
him. So
All right,
yeah.
Good. So hopefully he's in. Heat are minus 10.5 in the game. The prior game, the Heat won 117-112. Oubre had 29. Jimmy Butler had 35. Totals 213.5. Sharps are on the Hornets plus 10.5 and the under. What do you like here?
All right, so I just mentioned we went through these matchups the other day. Bigs and wings on both sides of the players we're going to want to target on these teams. So that led me to Tyler Hero on the Miami side. He's been out for a week or so, but his line is 20.5. He's done it in 3 of his last 4 games when he has played, and in those 3 games he had 29, 26, and 34. So just crushing in the games that he does get there. He's also cleared that line in 4 of 6 home games this season, and they're playing in Miami today. So I'm on Mr. Tyler Hero, 20.5 points.
This kind of feels like a spot where they would sit Jimmy Butler too, right?
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Right?
They didn't play last night, but yeah.
No. But this should not be a tough game for them to win.
No,
even though the prior game was pretty close. Okay, all right.
And then on the Charlotte side, I'm still going to keep targeting threes against Miami. They're allowing opponents to shoot over 40% of their shots from 3. I think they're the only team in the NBA in the 40s there. So by far and away, most 3-point attempts are against the Heat. So I played PJ Washington 1.5 the other night. He only got to 1, but I want to run that back again. 1.5 threes for PJ Washington. And I like Oubre also. The wings are a good matchup. He had a great game last time. I was on it in terms of like knowing the matchup was good, and I looked at it. I didn't end up putting a play in on him, but I'm not going to miss out again. So 2.5 threes tonight. He had 7 when they played 2 days ago. So I like that. I could even see getting it in on Rozier too, or maybe even doing something like putting all 3 of them for like 1 or 2 threes each, or 1 for Washington and 2 each for Oubre and Rozier. That could be a nice parlay. But Washington and Oubre are my two plays.
Yeah, I had Rozier 3 threes.
I had a feeling
It's minus 180, so I don't even feel okay making that an official play. But you know what? I'm gonna go for 4 threes, whatever that ends up being, probably plus 150 to be respectable here. And he's done it in 4 out of 6 games for the 3 threes. He had 3 against Miami the other day, but his attempts are huge. He had 10 attempts the other night, and he averages 10 a game. So I think that's the play there. All right, and then
go ahead.
yeah, the weekend pods are challenging.
Yeah.
All right, we got the Blazers 9-3 against the Mavs 6-5. Mavs are -5 somehow in this game. I don't really understand that. The Mavs are on a slide. They've lost two games in a row to bad teams, relatively bad teams. I think Washington and Orlando. But the Sharps are on the Mavs to rebound, even when it's -5, and the total is another low, 217.5. So be careful in any game that involves the Mavs, because it seems like the total is always low due to their defense.
Yeah, the total's low. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. I was done.
Yeah, you gotta. They don't give up big games to really anybody. Whereas, like for example, Utah's had 14 bigs have impact games against them. Dallas is only at 7, and that's the highest of any position against them. So I've been kind of steering clear of making plays against Dallas. And surprisingly, Portland is not. Portland's pretty stout defensively as well. You can target big men and wings, but combo guards and forwards are very. I've had a serious lack of success against the Blazers so far this season. So I don't have a ton. One I found because it's a nice small line and I liked it was Reggie Bullock, 2.5 rebounds. He's done it in seven of his last 10 games. It's kind of random. The guy he plays some decent minutes, and I don't know, couple errant balls, go his way. 3 rebounds is nothing. So I like that line.
How do you get a rebound when you don't enter inside the 3-point line? It takes a hell of a bounce there.
That's a good point,
right?
That is a good point.
I think I saw
he's done it in 7 of 10. So
I saw him pull up for like a mid-range jumper in like some prior game, and the announcer was like, "What are you doing?" Like, I have to say, watching League Pass, I'm used to the New York market and watching like the announcers here, and they're all pretty like professional in terms of not favoring the home team.
Oh.
When you get into these smaller markets,
such homers,
and quite honestly, I love it.
They're not ashamed of it. They that's the way they are. Yeah.
They get upset.
A lot of we talk, like referring to the team as we. Yeah, you don't get that in New York. Yeah.
No, I love it. I wish they were like that in New York. Everybody doing the New York games, it's almost like a national game, like the way they carry themselves. But
yeah.
Anyway, so. All right. So was that your only play?
Yeah, that's my only play.
The weird one, but all right. I got a lean, not an official play, but a lean on Dinwiddie assists over 4.5. I think you were on that one the other day. Minus 135. Done in 8 of 10 games. I'm personally going to stay off of it, but I just want to throw it out there as a potential lean.
Yeah, I would say combo guards. That's one of the positions that has not fared well against the Blazers. So that's would keep the lean.
The lean is turning more into like a lay down,
a less lean. Yeah, getting horizontal.
Getting horizontal. And then we got Luka 2 steals. Was the official play. He's done it in 8 of 10 games, 5 of the last 5, minus 125. So the odds are pretty decent. Mm-hmm. And as we've talked about in the past, the Blazers are a top 5 turnover team. So I think, and he's gonna be pressing today. They've lost 2 in a row. I think he's gonna be really making sure they win this game. Which
triple double time.
Which leads.
Is that what you were?
Yes.
There you go. Yes. Nice.
Luka triple double. Small play on this, but plus 500.
How many has he had this year?
I think he's only
had 1, I think, or 2. Okay, it has not a lot. Yeah,
and it probably hasn't happened in 7 or 8 games.
Earlier. So he's due. He's due.
He gets close on the rebounds almost every game. The points obviously are never in question.
Yeah.
And the assists are really what's low. He's the last 4 or 5 games he's been around 6 assists, 7 assists. So, but I think
that's probably just because he's sucking up so much usage that there's just nobody's scoring enough to get all those assists.
Yeah. And what's his name?
Woods out.
Yeah, Woods out. Yeah. So
that's a big assist combo for him. That pick and roll. Yeah.
Hard to get assists when you got nobody to throw the ball to.
Yep.
All right, and the last game of the night, we got the Rockets 2-10 at the Pelicans 6-6. The Pelicans are minus 10.5 in this game, which seems like a pretty big spread, considering how they're performing of late. And the total is 233. Sharps are on the Rockets plus the 10.5 and the over. Anybody popping for you here?
Why is this my favorite game on the board tonight?
What'd you say?
I said, why is this my favorite game on the board tonight?
Because it's gonna be a high scoring game.
It is, yeah. I don't know. I love the Pels, and I love playing Rockets guys. I love Jalen Green. Kevin Porter's fun. I got another guy I'm gonna drop a prop for shortly. But on Houston side, we could target wings and bigs against Houston, and against the Pels, big men. So I like the wings against Houston, so I'm going to go with Brandon Ingram, 22.5 points. Almost got there the other day. We had him, but he only got to 22. He hasn't cleared in the last 2 games, so I think he's due. And in his 3 games against Houston last year, he had 26, 33, and 40. So I like that one. And
he was in foul trouble the other day, which is why I think he had 12 points like with a couple minutes left in the game, and then just made this like surge to get up to 21, was he, or something like that?
20, I think it was 22.
Yeah. So
21,
yeah,
22,
I like him. He's not in full form, but I think he's gonna have a bounce back
in a good matchup against the Rockets. I like it.
Right.
And then on the Houston side, going up against the Pelicans, big men. Pelicans are another one to kind of stay away from. Their defense has been pretty good, but big men have had some success. So I'm going to go with Alperen Şengün, 7.5 rebounds. He's done it in 9 of his last 10 games. Been crushing it in a pretty good matchup. Even a blowout, he'll probably get some run. I like that.
That was my play as well.
Oh, nice.
Who would think that Şengün would be our common play? I don't love.
Have you ever played him before?
Yeah, on rebounds.
Oh, okay.
I don't love the value on him, so I don't.
What is 7.5? I didn't.
Minus 165. Because if he does get, he's done it like you said, 9 of 10 games, so very consistent. But it's not like these Capella games where he's clearing it by 3, 4, 5, 10 rebounds. He's getting just to 8, maybe 9. So it's gonna. I
was gonna say, does he have any chance of hitting a double-double?
Probably not.
He gets there though. He's got 10, 13, 11, 12 rebounds.
Let's see what his double-double value is. Plus 230. So that now we're back.
Points he got less. I mean, this points 17, 20, 17, 26. I mean, the points he got, he's the last 10 games, he's only been under double digits once. That might be a nice little play.
What about Joval on the on the double-double? It's minus 140, so not a huge play in terms of multiplier, but
yeah, no, that could be good. I mean, that's a good matchup against Houston. Is you playing a center? So
okay,
yeah.
All right. Well, that covers it. Anything else to add for today?
No, I got play dates and birthday parties calling my name.
You do.
You know how it goes.
I know how Saturdays are. It's a little college football in the background and a lot of good activities. So
nice blowout win by Duke yesterday. I saw.
I've watched about 5 minutes, but they're off to a good start, and they are actually. You were asking the other day who their kind of top guys are. They're actually playing without 2 of the top 5 high school players that are freshmen this year. So, so they got some talent on the way, but right now they're in tune-up mode. So we'll see.
All right. Very good. Nice work, David. We'll talk to you later.